My name is Lily Valenzuela Hernandez, and today I will be talking to you about Hypatia of Alexandria. Hypatia of Alexandria, if you guys did not know, is a famous Greek mathematician, astronomer, and philosopher that has contributed lots of important advancements in these fields of study, as well as important advancements for a woman's journey to equality. Oh, So, what do we know about Hypatia? So, she was born around 355 AD, and his daughter, was daughter of respected mathematician and philosopher Theon of Alexandria. Due to her father's high status in Alexandrian society, it enabled her to study mathematics, which was rare in those days since women were not encouraged to think on their own, let alone study a certain field or matter. She was also brought up in Theon's of Alexandria's school to raise the perfect human, which, in his perspective, was a human healthy not only physically but mentally. Aside from this, we do not know much Hypatia's childhood, as what is recorded of her is mostly throughout her adult age. So, what did she teach? Yes, she did teach. She was head of the Platonist school at Alexandria around 400 AD and lectured in mathematics and philosophy, especially the philosophy of Neoplatonism. Neoplatonism is a philosophy founded in the teachings of Plotinus, which contains some ideas of Aristotelian and Stoic philosophy. Her teachings normally centered around those of Plotinus, and Plotinus' teachings, if you guys did not know, are basically that there is an ultimate reality that is beyond the limits of thought or language, and that the point of life is to reach this ultimate reality. Strictly states that this ultimate reality cannot be fully grasped by by humans, as our mental capacity is generally unable to grasp this wonderful idea in his perspective, in his teachings, I mean. And this philosophy eventually also led her to become a dedicated virgin, meaning that she did not marry. Uh, Hypatia taught these philosophical ideas with great scientific emphasis, meaning that not only did she teach the moral lectures in this philosophy, but she also added uh, scientific learning to her teachings. And she is also described as a charismatic teacher on experts and records from those times. Her accomplishments, one of her main accomplishments is that she is the first woman to study math, astronomy, and philosophy, as well as being the world's leading mathematician and astronomer in her time, uh, being the only woman which such claim can be made. Another of her accomplishments is at the head of that she, as I mentioned before, she was the head of the Platonic school at Alexandria around 400 AD, which is a accomplishment not only because she is a woman, and in that time women were not allowed to um, be their own person. To They were considered as second class, but it is also considered as a major accomplishment if she was considered a male, since owning not owning, but leading a school towards growing students' mind is something very big and important in today's times as well as back then. She also continued Theons of Alexandria's writing program to preserve Greek mathematical and astronomical heritage during difficult times. She is credited with commentaries on Apollonius of Persia's conics, which is basically geometry, and Diophantus of Alexandria's arithmetic, which is number theory. She is also the last attested member of the Alexandrian Museum, which is the ancient heart of classical learning in, well, it was the ancient heart of classical learning in Alexandria, Egypt. Did she end? So, yes, she is dead. A very long time ago that she died. She was about 60 years old when she died. But she did not die peacefully. That's the matter. She was killed due to religious divisions in Alexandria. So let me explain what happened here. So Hypatia lived in Alexandria when Christianity began to dominate other religions. Riots often broke out due to clashes between Christianity and other religions. Hypatia teachings were introduced often introduced ideas that differentiated from those of Christianity, which made her target for Christian believers or Christian followers as well. I mean, they were targeting other religions that were different from them, so it would cause some sort of hatred towards her. When Cyril, the new Christian bishop, came into power in 412 AD, there was political division in Alexandria. So, since Christianity was already taking over Alexandria or dominating Alexandria as a main religion, many people followed Cyril. Uh, and but while other people who believed like that the church and the state should be separate followed the political leader Orestes, the governor of Alexandria, who was also a good friend of Hypatia. So let's imagine this. Hypatia is already having threats at her because her teachings contradict those of the Christian religion. So now adding that Cyril has become the main rival for Orestes, it added to the flames and eventually led to her being killed. So there are many different versions on who and how exactly Hypatia was killed, but overall, based on historical evidence, is the main idea. The conclusion is that Hypatia was killed by a group of Christian extremists. So, in conclusion, Hypatia was in her time the world's leading mathematician and astronomer. Her teachings are still used today and are still considered to be important contributions to today's society. Hypatia was a fervent follower of Plotinus' philosophy, which eventually did lead to her painful death. Hypatia was a fervent believer. Oh yeah, well yeah, she was a fervent follower of Plotinus, but the aside from that, she was also killed due to her relationship with Orestes. She has also contributed a major step in women equality advancements and is considered to be to being a powerful feminist symbol in our society, as she was one of the first women to unlock the to break the chains of um, learning inequality. And that's about it. Um, Here are my citations, and thank you so much for your time, and I hope you have a wonderful day.